Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Chess Programmer Plays Chess. So today I have a special guest. This is my subscriber Artem. Hi man. So he already challenged me for a game. We are going to be likely analyzing the game then competing each other. So we're not interested in competing each other. We're more interested in analyzing the games, looking for opportunities, for options. Is this okay if I put the camera this way? Because the angle of the screen, I don't see the chessboard. I hope you don't mind if this kind of angle, because my face is not seen very nicely, but otherwise I just don't see the board. So hope this is fine. So you want me to play whites, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any openings that you want me to play? So should I start with e4, d4? Whatever.
I like French defense, so let's try it.
Yeah, there is a bit of a problem that I don't play French defense with whites.
So
but
let's pick a random one. I don't really mind.
But yeah, this is probably going to be interesting. So we are going to step off the theory. Okay, let's kickstart with e4 then.
Wait a bit, I need to refresh the page. Yeah.
Okay, take your time.
I'm going to reply with e5, let's say.
Okay, whoa, you played e5, but it's not a French defense.
No. We are not going to play French defense at all. So
okay.
Let's try e5.
Okay. Well, then I will go for Real the Pass, also known as Spanish game. If you play knight to c6, that's very theoretical. But if you play something else, then maybe.
I haven't been playing chess for a long time, for half a year, I suppose. So I don't really remember any specific opening. So I just want to come up with some moves right now.
Yeah.
So let's consider a bit. So what opportunities do I have right now?
At the moment, the problem with black is that e5 is under attack. So the e5 pawn, I'm going to take it with a knight.
The e5 square, yeah. How can I do that? I can actually set a pawn to d6, yeah?
Yes, that's possible. I don't quite remember the exact name for that, but yeah, that's definitely possible. d4 will follow after.
d4, for example, knight to b6 is also possible.
Knight to b6, knight to c6, maybe.
Knight to c6, yeah.
Okay, yeah, knight to c6 leads to the theoretical variations with real pass.
So let's try this variation.
Yeah, so the most standard essentially. So bishop b5 starts the real pass.
So now, if I want to move to d6, my knight would be pinned, yeah?
It will, but white usually, well, there is the exchange variation in real pass when white is about to take on c6, but even if bishop takes c6, some pawn takes on c6, and then knight takes on e5, this is not actually winning a pawn, because after queen to e7, the knight needs to drop back, and after queen would take e4 with tempo, and potentially white king would stuck in the center, so that's not really good. So the idea is that even if I take the knight on c6, I'm not going to take the pawn on e5, because that simply doesn't make sense. I'm not going to win the pawn. So playing d6, well, that is possible for sure, but you can do that, but if you do want to play d6 just because to reinforce the center, the e5 pawn to get supported with another pawn, this might not be the right timing, might not be the best timing.
Yeah, I think so. So what I want to do right now is to develop my pieces, I guess. So
yeah,
I just forget how to call it, bishop, yeah?
Bishops, yeah, knights.
So what opportunities are, again, I can still play knight to f6, yeah?
Knight to f6 is, if I'm not mistaken, that's called the Berlin variation, one of the most solid responses, actually. I don't exactly remember the follow-up there, but Yeah, we may try. Knight f6 is one of the strongest moves.
Now we are playing without thinking about what the theoretical moves are about. So we're going to, let's say, try some variations and just think a bit how the game will continue with it.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We can just take back.
That is not the matter of remembering the proper moves. So
Yeah,
because I don't really remember them at all. So I just want to understand
yeah,
why
yeah.
these moves are called theoretical. So.
Well, so far we are within the theoretical line. So knight to f6 is theoretical. Bishop e7 is theoretical. Even bishop c5 is possible here. D6. D5 is not possible at the moment, but it might be played later. Even g6 with an idea to put bishop to g7 is also possible, but not as good. Knight f6 is mostly played, like the most solid response. It all depends on your playing style. It all depends, like how in particular you're supposed to develop your plans in the middle game. So the difference between amateurs and professionals is that amateurs just developing pieces just because from the general considerations you just want to develop pieces and then do something. Professionals are more likely to come up with a certain type of position in the middle game, no matter what the opening was. And they are about trying to apply some plans within the chessboard. So, like h-file attack is a common plan in Sicilian Dragon with whites when pawn on g6 and you play h4, h5. Meanwhile, you have bishop on e3, queen on d2, and you want to exchange the dark square bishop on h7, on g7, sorry. So that's one of the common plans, and this plan might be applicable not only in Sicilian Dragon, but in, oh my goodness, I forgot how the variation is called. Okay, just doesn't matter really. Yeah, you just play the move. Play the move, and we'll see. Yeah, so Berlin. This is known as Real Pass Berlin variation, if I'm not mistaken. So the idea here is the knight from f6 is about to take the pawn on e4. And the theoretical move here is castling, and usually people don't take on e4, but that's also possible. So you can take on e4.
What's the trick? It's not defended at all.
Yeah, it's not defended, but black would have quite a huge compensation after white takes on e4, black plays d4, and then that would be the variation. So you may try this. I may forget something. So usually instead of castling, I was playing d3, but d3 is very a chicken move. So like showing cowardice, it's not good. So
could you please remind me what is the chicken move is about?
Like when you're afraid of something, you act like a chicken. Yeah, that's the term from the game of Go. Korean streamers usually reference these moves like a chicken move when you're afraid of something. Yeah, this is an interesting variation anyway to take on e4. So if you're tempted, you may try. Again, I cannot promise that I remember this line particularly, but definitely I can show the idea of how to deal with this and why.
Let's try. We can make it take back.
Yeah, surely. Yeah, we can try to play out. So d4 is played here. And now, if pawn takes d4, I don't even know. Well, usually pawn does not take. Usually here knight to d6 is played. If pawn takes, I don't know what am I supposed to be doing. Maybe rook e1 hits the knight. Maybe, yeah, it depends on how you play. I just remember that pawn takes on e4 is not played here, as well as knight takes on e4 also is not played. The problem, the king is in the center, stuck in the center. But again, if you don't play, the only variation I slightly remember is knight from e4 goes to d6, and then probably d5 is played. And then when the knight moves somewhere from c6, knight takes on e5, and white is better there. But if you don't play knight from e4 goes to d6, in this case, I don't know what to do, so I would stop playing. You will throw me out of the opening book if you play other move than knight goes from e4 to d6. If you play any other move, we will essentially stop playing chess right from that point. So yeah, well, we then can take back.
And when should I actually move my knight to the d6 square? So is it because of the rook to e1?
The idea, if you put the knight from e4 to d6, you would attack the bishop on b5.
Oh yeah, I just didn't see that. Yeah.
So probably on that move, bishop takes, the knight is played, and then after pawn takes, maybe knight takes on e5. I guess that's the variation. So knight goes to d6, bishop takes the knight, queen pawn takes the knight, then knight from f3 takes e5. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I can show the arrows and the squares on my side, but you cannot see that. If you watch the video after, you could have seen that. But I'm not even using those. I'm just using my voice to reference the squares and the ideas and the plans. I remember my chess teacher taught me to learn the chessboard before anything else, so that you know every square. Where is that? So every single square, I need to understand like what kind of piece may land on that square.
Yeah, I've been learning the positions of the chessboard too. So I found it a little bit complicated. So I don't got a really good memory, to be honest. So but I was doing it for a long time. So eventually I've just starting feeling okay with it. But it was half a year ago or even later. So now I just turning my mind a little bit slower, as you can see. So when you're just referring them as e6, d5, I don't know. So I can just e6, d5. So a little bit slower than you. So
No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
okay, let's try the knight to d6.
Yeah, this is theoretical.
The bishop.
So here you see, like my bishop is under attack now. So I need to take.
So now I may take by pawn from D and from the B.
Yeah, either D or B pawn, but I guess the D pawn takes is the common response. I'm not sure.
And what's bad with the B
B
pawn?
pawn. What's wrong with B pawn? I don't know. You just try to do it, and we'll see.
Let's try.
So now the idea is that I just took the pawn back, and let's evaluate the position. So black has double pawns, c7 and c6, double pawns there. Knight on e5 is fantastic, so it's quite cool. If you dare to play things like f6, trying to ask the knight go away, then queen h5 check might be crushing. So imagine f6 and then queen h5 check. So this might be quite crushing. So eventually, white knight is better than black knight. White pawn structure is better than black pawn structure. White has pawn in the center. So this is the reason why taking the pawn on e4 was a bad idea. So
I could right now move my queen to the f6 point. F6
yeah, you can try. You can try. Yeah, you can try do this. We'll stop playing from here. I'm not particularly sure. Yeah, the problem with black pieces, look at black bishops, they are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, like, also black king is stuck in the center. Intuitively, I want to play some like rook to e1. So next move to play would be, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, answer, please. Okay, guys. So by the time he's out there, So the plan is to play something like knight to g4. This would create a discovered attack. So check, and then if queen comes to defend, then rook takes. If king goes or steps aside, then simply knight would take the queen. So this is the plan. Okay. Yeah, so can you see what is the threat now? So what next move white is supposed to be making? An evil plan. So knight goes to g4 next move. Imagine it's white's move now. So imagine if white plays knight goes goes to g4. It's check, but meanwhile queen on f6 would be under attack. So this is going to be quite bad. So you need to deal with this issue somehow. I don't even know how. Maybe play an h5. Maybe h5 is not working. Still, knight goes to g5 check. So this is just bad, you know. So the reason why queen to f6 is not a very good move, because every next move white makes, white develops pieces and puts more pressure on black king. And yeah, we can just play a few moves and just until you realize this is really not a good idea to do this. And then we just rewind things back and try some different moves. Okay?
Yeah, but probably I can move my queen out, say to g6.
If you move your queen to g6, knight takes g6.
Not to g6 actually, but to the. I have actually no.
You don't have a good square for your queen to go anywhere, really. Even if queen goes to d8 to its initial square, then knight takes c6, hits the queen and check in the meantime. So.
Yeah. Now I say it wasn't the best variation, so let's take back.
So you don't want to keep going with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just ask me for take back. Where is that?
Oh, I've got it set not to.
Maybe you've disabled the take back.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's start a new game.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, challenge me again, please. Rematch. Yes. Okay, now.
And I'm going to play right here.
We can. Yeah, if you challenge me with a specific color, well, with this color swapping, we just like we can still try the same position, but I would be playing as black, for instance. That is possible. If you like.
Yeah, but I don't quite remember the entire position, so it was.
I'm just asking if you want to, if you're okay to play this exact position with.
Yeah.
Okay, then now play knight to f3. Okay, and now bishop to b5. Okay, no, this is bishop to c4. Yeah, you just challenge me again, please. Let's drop this. Challenge me again. Don't rematch. Just challenge me. Like use my name. Challenge me and make sure that a take back is allowed, and make sure I'm playing white and you're playing black, so that we keep going with the same thing there.
Sorry for that.
It's okay. Okay, casual standard. Okay, let's try to test the take back. So I do make the move and okay, take back. Yes, great. Okay, so you want to continue with the position we have? Okay, play e5 then. E5. Knight c6. Yeah, knight f6. And here you took the pawn on e4.
On E.
Knight f6 takes e4. That was the position. Yeah.
That was the,
And here the theoretical continuation here is d4.
and D.
Yeah, and here takes. Okay, so this is you. Previous time you took with b pawn. Now you took with d pawn.
I remember.
Okay, but this is like still the same. So the idea is kind of similar. So you did not win a pawn. You ended up with double pawns, which is not great. And white's knight on e5 is fantastic, and just white is better in development. So let's try. Let's take back a few moves, and let's try to see. Okay, and okay, and one more. Oh no, here. Here. Let's try. E takes d4. E takes d4. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember exactly how this is played. Here, apparently, still bishop takes, and
So I want to capture with my.
I guess d pawn because this would sort of it's not defending. It's not exactly defending the d4, but at the very least, um, I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. But should I play rook e1 here? If I take this one, this is possible, and probably this is the best move. But c5, pawn goes to c5. I'm not sure what am I supposed to be doing in this case. Maybe if I drop back. The problem is if I drop back, then queen takes, rook takes, and essentially black is okay. Yeah, black has double pawns, which is not very good, but
My king is still not castled.
it's okay because we don't have queens on board. If there are no queens on board, castling is not that crucial. So this is still better for white, but we are in the endgame territory. Essentially, at this moment, we are in the endgame territory. So this is just a better endgame for black. So I don't know. Let's say bishop goes to g4, pinning the knight, trying to ruin the pawn structure. So here, if knight b goes to d2, this just knight takes, so it's not good. So maybe rook here. So I'm attacking the knight. Say black takes the knight here, and so black would lose the knight in this case. So this is not good. Let's rewind. This loses a piece for black. Okay, one. So no, right in here. So taking the knight is not good. So you need to somehow reinforce the knight. Maybe playing, I don't know. I guess f5. Bishop to f5 or f5. I think f5 is good. F5 might be good. So now if I do this, still you cannot take the knight because you will lose your knight. So bishop goes to h5, and here maybe. So if pawn takes, bishop takes, and rook takes, and that's a disaster. 2 pieces lost. And if you just step aside with the bishop, then pawn takes on f5. You see this variation, so I want to play them out.
I didn't get the mouse variation.
No. Do you want to play out this variation? So like.
No. Let's just.
Okay.
Get back to the.
Okay. One more. Okay. So.
What was the move where it's where
Now you played bishop to. Well, I asked you to play bishop to f4, bishop to g4. Sorry, and this was quite bad. So probably take the knight from e4 to somewhere, or move the, yeah, you cannot move the king. You may play bishop e7. This would free up the knight on e4. So this is also possible. Yeah, this is also okay. This is kind of okay. Yeah, this is okay. So what should I do? What should I do? If I play knight to c3, then knight takes, pawn takes, and I'm no longer better. So it's out of question. Then what can I do? Yeah, this is a good move. This is a good move. So maybe this.
So we're going to attack a pawn on c7.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that instantly, unless I have a loose bishop on f4. It might be subject to tactics in the future, but my goal is I want to play knight b to d2, trying to deal with your knight. Because now just playing rook, if I played instead of bishop to f4, if I play rook to e1, then you could have castle queenside and just be better. Maybe not better, but a better development, I would say. Yeah, that would probably be a better development. So it's arguable. And also, after bishop to f4, if your bishop comes to d6, well, essentially, this is you may try to repair your pawn structure. Yeah, bishop to d6, I guess, is okay. Bishop d6, bishop takes, pawn takes. Well, this is a bit strange. It's not good to move.
So the thing that I want to do now is to get rid of that double pawns, yeah?
No. Now I'm not going to take. I'm not going to exchange my bishop. Instead of knight goes to d6, you may play bishop goes to d6. And I'm forced to exchange. No, take back. Take back, please. Okay. Bishop goes to d6.
So bishop to d6.
Yeah, this one. So if I do nothing, you just take my bishop. If I go bishop to e3, this is the waste of time. And if I take, then pawn takes, and you have repaired your pawn structure. Now this is just okay. And yeah, now it's even. Maybe black even slightly better. So this means that bishop to f4 was not particularly a good move. So let's rewind and try something else. Yeah. Okay. And one more time. Yeah. So that was a bit ambitious. So probably, maybe. Oh, hold on a sec. No, it's your move. You play bishop to e6. Bishop e6. Yeah. So maybe bishop e3 is okay. Quite symmetrical. So, yeah. Now, if you play bishop to d6, which is reasonable, I no longer need to exchange. So probably now you can castle. If you play bishop to e7, you couldn't castle queenside. Now you can castle queenside. So the idea is that every next move needs to give you more options that you had before. And if you make a move and it takes away the options you have in the position, that's considered to be a bad move. So now I guess something like this, trying to deal with the knight. And
do I want to castle right now?
No, because I would take the knight on e4 and I would be piece up.
So yeah, I need to defend it right now.
Yeah, if you exchange the knight, this would be good for whites because you would allow me to double the rooks for free. So
or probably pawn to f5.
Pawn to f5 is possible, but if you play pawn to f5, then knight takes on e4, pawn takes on e4, and you would have an isolated pawn on e4. This is bad for endgame. So I guess knight to f6 is the only move in this position because there is no other square for a knight to go. Knight goes to g5, it just gets taken. Yeah, and this is quite solid. This is quite solid. So now white's position looks a bit stupid because it's not particularly clear what to do next. It's a bit of an issue here. Uh, so, well, apart from double pawns that black has, this should be around even. If I play c4, I'm wondering if I play c4.
So, and what the idea behind the c4 actually?
First of all, if I play c4, you would no longer be looking at the a2 pawn, so I can put the a1 rook somewhere. Then what? Oh, hold on a sec. I guess I found the move. Maybe. Knight to g5. Maybe it's not good. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. c4 looks fine. I'm just using only one pawn to block two black pawns. So c4 is a blockade. Also, c4 covers the d5 square. If I can put a knight on d5 later, this would be good. Also, if I didn't play c4, knight from f6 could go to d5, hitting the bishop on e3. That would be good for black, yeah, because black bishop would get under the tempo. I would need to spend time moving dark square bishop somewhere back and forth. Yeah, now I think castling is okay for black. Castling queenside is probably stronger, I guess.
So why is that stronger?
Because rook, after castling queenside, not kingside, queenside. After castling queenside, rook A would be on d8. On the open file, it's generally a good idea to put rooks on open files. So, yeah.
And if I castle kingside, it takes me 2 moves to move the.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on a sec. I've just noticed that I'm pawn down. This is interesting. How on earth did that happen? You're pawn up. I didn't quite realize when exactly that happened. But this is good for you. Yeah, so let's play this. Let's play this out. So you're a pawn up. So this means you are better. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, good. So I don't even know. Well, I can probably, if hold on a sec. I want to play knight to b3, hits the c5, but then bishop takes on c4, which is not good. Yeah, I don't even know. Should I resign already? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. What can I do? What bad thing can I do? Well, maybe this one. Now I can pin the knight.
Can I actually.
Yeah, just pinning. Oh, this is great for me because I'm damaging the pawn structure. This is perfect for me. Yeah, this is just amazing. And now what about this one? So double attack. I'm attacking the pawn on f6 and bishop on on d6. You got a bishop pair. This is an advantage for the endgame, especially. Bear in mind you have an extra pawn. Yeah, this makes sense. So where to play? I don't know. Yeah, black is better here. Just a matter of technique to win with black. I have no idea how I came up being pawned down here. I have no idea. Interesting, yeah. You did fantastically well. It turns out you did fantastically well. Hold on a sec. I just have a look at the game from the beginning. You don't see it, but I just want to see where in particular. Oh, in
Well,
the
I just say take the pawn by the knight.
yeah. Hold on a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm still even after taking the pawn, I'm still. Yeah, probably I shouldn't take the pawn. I probably should play something like Queen E2, maybe a Rook E1 on move 6. That's that would be completely that would be a different game completely. So, okay, trying to do something in here. I don't know what to do, but hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. It was a problem with this last move because when I play knight to d4, you could take pawn on c4. Can you do the take back, please? I found a better move for you. Yeah. So here you can take pawn on c4. This is stronger. This is stronger. If I take, or maybe not. Let me think. So you can now repair the pawn structure. Yeah. Is this better for black? Yeah, probably. Probably. Black starts building influence in the center with all those pawns. Double pawns and now isolated pawns are not good, but still, I don't know. Yeah, maybe the position. Let's rewind back. Take back, please. Yeah, maybe the one you've played is better essentially. So here, bishop goes. Yeah, maybe this is even better. I can protect the pawn, but you can just so since you are material up, you may
My bishop is defending 2 pawns,
two
and I need
pawns. Yeah,
to defend the one of them once more. Yeah.
yeah.
So I can defend the pawn on c5 by pawn on b6, and now if you take the pawn on f6,
I'm not. I cannot take the pawn on f6 because bishop takes.
yeah. That's why I'm just
Yeah.
describing this variation.
Well, I think stronger would be to rook takes d1 because you are pawn up. You really want to exchange everything. Go to the end game, make use of the bishop pair. So you're pawn up. You want to exchange. Well, double pawns are not very good, but it's hard to say. I don't know. I really don't.
Two double pawns.
Double pawns f6, f7. Those pawns.
And c7 and c5 as well.
C7 and C5 are not that horrible because they are not as isolated. Essentially, C5 and D5. Sorry, C5 and C7. You have a pawn majority on the queen side, so 4 pawns against 3 pawns on my queen side. So that might be more like an advantage than the weakness. But f7 and f6 are definitely weakness. But your bishops are quite good, so I don't know what to do, to be honest. I don't want to exchange things for sure. I don't want to exchange things. But what can I don't have moves. That's the problem, that I don't particularly have moves. Well, maybe this one. With an idea to go to say b5 maybe, or maybe d5. Knight cannot be pinned. Another knight on f3 may get pinned after bishop to g4. Yeah, like this. So this is the weakness. So
Sorry.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm getting into quite a miserable position here. So if rook takes.
It seems to me that I need simply to turn this out of.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe knight to d5.
Knight to d5. Okay, attacking the bishop.
Yeah, attacks the bishop with tempo. So if I take the bishop, that would be check.
Yeah. So.
Also.
So I cannot move my bishop to the f8 because you'll simply take on
I
the
would take the
f8.
pawn and I would attack the bishop on g4.
The second one bishop, yeah.
And
So,
disconnecting the rook doesn't make sense. We're in the endgame, so it doesn't make sense disconnecting the rooks. If you play a bishop to d6, I would take on f6, and that would be good for me. Maybe rook h8 to e8, exchanging the bishop. Maybe that is sort of okay. Because you cannot keep the pawn and the bishop at the same time.
yeah.
Okay, here I have tempo, like I mentioned. Right. And essentially, I'm piece up after this, you see. I'm just piece up. I took
now
a bit.
I don't actually want to exchange the rooks.
You don't want, because you're piece down, you just lost a piece for nothing. I don't think this is good for black. This next
I
move.
didn't see any other variations.
I told you that takes the bishop. Knight takes the bishop is crucial. One more.
Oh yeah.
One more.
I just meant this.
Yeah, so that's sort of crucial.
So knight to bishop. So.
Yeah, by the way, in 12 minutes, we will have a meeting with Dr. Pi, so need not to miss that. Yeah, so let's try to sort of finish this game and see how.
And I didn't actually get. So you're going to took my bishop here.
I'm going to take a bishop on e7. Yeah.
And
if you want to save your bishop, you may move your bishop to say d6. Then I would take pawn on f6, and I would equalize this one. Okay, this is interesting. But yeah, this is interesting. Let's see. This is not good because look. Oh no, this is okay. This is okay. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. So I defend my pawn structure now. I defend my pawn structure. If you play rook h8 to e8, threatening. Oh no, it's not threatening mate. Well, it may, but I'm not going to blunder. So
could I play rook to e2?
Rook to e2. Oh, that's an interesting move. Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting.
You can't move your rook from a1.
This is interesting. Yeah. All right.
And probably you don't want to play. And now I just look at the rook.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe this one. I don't know.
Do I have some better variations than simply exchange?
Rook h8 to this one. This is better. This is better. Maybe here. You still pawn up, but still have some weaknesses. So I think black is better. I think black is better here.
So my weakness is my double pawns.
And double pawns and isolated pawns, yeah.
And what is your main weaknesses? So there, as you can see,
I'm pawn down, material down, pawn down, and my knight doesn't have. Well, maybe it does have a square to go. My knight can go to h4, so maybe that's not that bad. Yeah, let's try to play this out. Yeah, we have 9 more minutes before the meeting, so let's play on. And
I'm going to exchange here.
Yeah, good. This is okay.
And would be the pawn to f5.
Yeah. I'm thinking about that move. Yeah, I would have played this. Yeah, this makes sense.
So,
Um,
so if you take, there were no double pawns. Yeah.
and my pawns would be isolated. Yeah, so it's not a good idea for me to take. I'm putting pressure on f5. So if you do nothing, I take on f5 and win a pawn. This gives me an option to just win a pawn.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, let's rewind. Maybe this is okay still, but yeah. Yeah, I guess pawn takes on g4 is okay. And here I'm thinking about taking the I'm not sure if I should take your bishop. I'll probably do. And now this. So
The end game.
the end game has started. The end game has started once we have exchanged the queens. So we are in the end game. This is rook and pawn end game. Yeah, rook and pawn end game. This should be a draw. Let's play. Yeah, just 7 more minutes. Okay. I don't even know. Try to bring the king in.
It's going to be a draw because I can't play the end games, especially pawn end games.
That's no excuse. So we are interested in like objectively who is better.
And what's wrong with h5, for example? So if you take, I take,
I'm not going to take no.
Yeah, and if I push my pawn, you'll simply take it by a king. Yeah.
If you play h4, king h3, and then you play g5, protecting the pawn.
And after that, you can play rook to d5.
Yes, exactly. And you can play rook to g8, defending that. Looks like a reasonable variation. Then you can play after this.
What about my queen side?
Yeah, and after this variation that we've just mentioned, you may go queen to c6 with an idea b5, undermining the c4 pawn. So if I was black, I would probably go for this, because playing h4 creates a passed pawn, potentially.
So c5, yeah?
h4. h4 creates the passed pawn. h4, king h3. Yeah, king h3. Now pawn to g5, defends the pawn. Now attacks the pawn, rook to g8. Yeah. And next move, your idea is to play queen to c6 with an idea to play b4. I'm wondering if I can play f4 here. So if pawn takes, then maybe rook. Essentially, or hold a sec. If I play b4 myself, takes. No, I'll probably play this. Probably play this. And I probably play this.
You know, if I go b5, you take, I take.
If you go b5, this is bad. So better not. Better not. b5 here is not working. Yeah. So here you can simply take with a pawn. Yeah, you can simply take and you got rid of. Yeah, now I have an extra pawn on the queen side, which you just go a5. Yeah, you just go a5, I guess. That's the best move. Yeah, that's the best move. So now only move for a king to go is b7, and if I go c5, takes, maybe, yeah, I probably don't have very much. anything else but this. And I think you could simply push the pawn, or maybe not.
Let's try.
Yeah, let's try. Let's try to see if you push the pawn. Yeah. If I do this, you can just protect this pawn with the rook. Yeah, and you probably go into queen. Well, not really. Careful here. If you go king to a7, I take the pawn. This would be good for me.
Oh,
If you go queen to you may go king to c8. If you go king to b8, rook d8 check, then king.
yeah.
Yeah, this is okay, and this is essentially winning for black, I guess. So I think this is just winning for black. Yeah. Okay. Okay, my rook is under attack now. So I think you have mate in one. No, this is not mate in
No.
one.
Yeah. Let me. This is this one.
Yeah, this one. And even if this wasn't a mate, you would take my rook then. So yeah, being a pawn up, making use of the pawn in the endgame, and crushingly winning eventually. So this is good enough. Okay, yeah. So 2 minutes up until our meeting. So let me just quickly end up with video recording, and then we'll continue from there on. Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This was quite an instructive teaching game we played. And yeah, quite satisfied with the results. So, well, I'm not satisfied because I got checkmated, but anyway, it's always pleasing when somebody who's learning makes progress and playing a mindful game and ends up with the plan that gets to the result that we're expecting for. Anyway, this is from my side. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, and cheers.